gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow.
Welcome back to Home My Bet Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only, the time theft.
Time theft. Is it because my clock?
Yeah.
It's time to let him know, baby. Cavs are 17-1.
That is true. 17-1. Um, we got week 12 to break down in the NFL season. Um, had quite a bit happen this week, actually. Um, Especially some upsets, some teams we definitely were not expecting to win. Um, Starting off with Thursday night football. But before we get into that, is there anything you wanted to talk about beforehand or get right into it?
Yeah, so I turned 95 cents into $20 this weekend. I would
Nice.
just like to let the record show that I can hit a parlay that's over 1,400 odds. It just was only when I bet 95 cents. So I had purchased a new hockey jersey on Fanatics and I got points for fan cash, converted it to a bonus bet, and I said, you know what? I'm going to a concert tonight. I'm gonna just bet something for fun and come home and hopefully I win. Sure enough, five legs, two hockey, three basketball, all of them hit.
Nice. What jersey did you buy?
Oh, it's sick. And I recommend you doing this too if you are in the market for a jersey. For Black Friday, Fanatics is 30% off.
Oh,
So I got this for 30% off and I had a gift card for $100. So I got it for free, but I got a
oh, just a plain
yep.
Chicago one.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get a player just for the simple fact that I don't know anybody, but I want a Blackhawks jersey. Mainly because when we go to the Monsters game, I want to
Yeah,
have a
I
jersey.
wanted to get a either a Tampa Bay one or a Connor. I think it's Bernard.
Connor Bedard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about that too.
yeah, I've watched him quite a bit. I've actually watched a decent amount of Chicago when I have watched because they're
Yeah,
always
so,
on over Tampa. I
yeah,
can't hardly find a Tampa game on.
yeah. I've been trying to keep up with like the late night games because they're always on ESPN Plus. So
Mhm.
you can find games like I've been watching a lot of games on Max as well because they have like the TNT stuff. You
Yeah,
can watch full games on there, but it also depends on um who's playing when. But
yeah,
I keep up with the Blue Jackets. I've been trying to keep up with the Blackhawks a little more, and then it's tough because it's like the Lightning are right there with my ties of Tampa, but um I leave my Tampa ties for the Bucks and the Rays, and hockey for me is going to be the Blackhawks and Blue Jackets.
yeah.
I was watching the other night though. The Blue Jackets had a crazy game in overtime. I think that was Friday night actually, or Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night they won in overtime. It was crazy. Actually, they beat the Lightning that game. And was it Friday and Thursday and Saturday? Thursday and Saturday they had OT, but Saturday night was a shootout. But anywho, that's our hockey recap. Just trying to get more into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want, especially after the NFL season's over. I know the lad's a lot more knowledgeable on hockey, so I want him to kind of get us up to speed and we can start talking about it more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got more basketball to talk about as the season goes on. But this slate for week 12, we had a bunch of large spreads where we thought certain teams were going to win by a landslide. And what a turn of events for this week. I know we started off by talking about Thursday night. There was a lot of dogs that won this week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, Starting off the week with the Cleveland Browns, beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-19, which not a lot of people saw coming. I know me and you both didn't see it coming. Um, but I don't know, something about the way we started this game and the fact that we were sticking in after the first quarter, I just had a gut feeling we were going to somehow either come out with the win or we were going to fold right at the end. And at one point, it was looking like we were going to fold, but then we got that last Nick Chubb touchdown, and the rest is history.
It was the snowball.
Yeah, that game was just really pretty to watch on TV in
Some
general.
somebody said it looked like Gotham.
Gotham.
No, I really enjoyed this game. I made the executive decision to start Nick Chubb over Jalen Warren this week, and it did work out in my favor. Two touchdowns for Nick Chubb. It was great to see him get that last touchdown crossing the goal line over Minka Fitzpatrick. Little karma's a bitch type move, but um, TJ Watt, who Miles Garrett, Miles Garrett proved he is the reigning defensive player of the year. Um, TJ Watt couldn't get around our starting line. I mean, my thing was they had a lot of great stunt plays to have 1 to 2 bodies always on TJ Watt. But you're going up against Conklin, who's banged up 90% of his career as a Brown. I mean, you're telling me that he couldn't get around him once for even one pressure?
Right. I'm trying to find the futures. Oh, they don't have defensive. Oh, wait. Oh, no, they only have offensive player of the year right now. I was trying to
Is
see
there
on who the favorite for defensive player of the year is right now.
is there an offensive rookie of the year up right now?
Yeah, there is.
What is Bo at?
Oh, I'd hammer it right now, plus 110.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is the favorite though, still at minus 135.
Yeah, I'm hammering Bo Nix.
Yeah. Brock Bowers plus 2,500.
Nah. Oh, that's a good one. But
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a bad one, but I think
it's
Bo
gonna
Nix
be
is
it's
over
gonna be a
Brock.
quarterback. It'll be a quarterback, and it's gonna be whoever is the most winningest quarterback. And I feel like we talked about this last week with the Commanders' future. It lied on this game, so we'll get to that. But Bo Lever, totally a Bo Lever. I think he's gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Broncos are rolling. I mean, we've been on the Broncos kick all season. I think that they've been a fun team to watch. So we'll get into that game soon too. But um, yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move into Sunday's game though. We had Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the New York Giants in Tommy DeVito's season debut after the Giants officially release Daniel Jones, which happened, I think, the day we posted the pod. I think it happened Thursday, right?
Yeah. Can I
Thursday or
ask you a
Friday.
question?
What was that?
I need to ask something. So Daniel Jones just hit the waiver. He just cleared waivers today.
Mhm.
Daniel Jones says he wants to sign with a playoff potential team. Does a playoff potential team want Daniel Jones? Is my question.
Maybe as a backup. I mean, safety valve,
But
but probably not.
but do
Hey,
you
like
want
I said, his
him?
best option is going to be the Raiders. Gardner Minshew just got listed out for the year,
But they're not.
but they're not playoff hopeful.
No. I was reading like the Ravens or the Vikings or I forget the third team, but why would the Ravens? I just,
Ravens would make no sense. Vikings would be the most realistic.
it would, but Kevin O'Connell said the most polite no thanks ever. He was like, I like him, and with that, I hope that he he gets put on the right team or something. It was very thanks but no thanks.
Yeah.
Talked him up. He's like, oh yeah, he's a great player. Uh, but what I hope for the best.
Um, do you think
It was
that
dog
like
shit.
Atlanta should? I don't think they should.
No, they got too much promise with Michael Penix.
What about Seattle?
Seattle would make sense,
I mean, Geno Smith.
but they also have Sam Howell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who I'd rather have there. I used to be huge on Sam Howell, but I really don't know who I'd rather have.
To me, to
I don't know.
me,
I think he's out for the year.
To me, I don't think he's going to get picked up before the end of the season.
Yeah, unless he's like Green Bay practice squad, because Jordan Love, I think, is still a little banged up.
That could make sense. I could see that,
Yeah. Green Bay
but I would
practice
still,
squad, back up to Malik Willis.
yeah, I was going to say I still prefer Malik Willis here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to end up as a Tennessee Titan, so
You think he's gonna go back to Tennessee?
back to Tennessee.
Or
Daniel
Daniel
Jones. Daniel
Jones?
Jones. Yeah,
Oh,
Daniel.
okay. I thought you were talking about Malik Willis.
That's where all players go to die is Tennessee.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought, all the rumors were that Aaron Rodgers were going to go there, but that was just a joke. It would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever, though, to go to the Vikings next year, but they have JJ McCarthy and they don't need him. So maybe he goes to the Giants next year. Just hops the
I've already
lid.
seen jersey edits of it.
I mean, him and Malik Neighbors would be deadly, and Tracy.
Yeah, but the rest of that team sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the defense isn't horrible. They're a few pieces away, but they have nothing on offense.
No, I totally see Aaron Rodgers retiring. I know he says he wants to play for another team next year, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
I just think there's no point. There's no point. No team
He doesn't add
really
any
in the
value.
situation to go after a quarterback other than, I hate to say it, our Browns, but he'd never come to Cleveland.
He doesn't add any value to any team except the leadership. But even as his, you know, age has progressed, I don't see as him being much of a leader anymore. I don't know. He's gotten into his own ways about everything, and he's gone to like to life versus football in his way of thinking. I don't know. It's just not the same Aaron Rodgers as Super Bowl Aaron Rodgers.
Not that I'm gonna go out here and kick everyone's ass. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say hippie, but like,
He's a hippie.
yeah.
But these Buccaneers, man, I said it from the start last week that they were going to be back. They got Mike Evans back. They opened up the field. The run game was great. Both Tucker and
Bucky.
Rashad scored. All
Yeah.
three of them scored.
Baker even got a rushing touchdown. He actually had more rushing touchdowns than he did throwing.
Yeah, this game it was a wet dream for me. Getting to see both the Browns and the Bucks win and seeing Baker just play like a dog. Had a really good time watching that game.
Yeah, Tommy DeVito, nothing impressive in his season debut. Drew Lock did get in for looks like a couple of plays, if not one play.
Yeah, yeah, because Tommy went down with a potential injury, so Drew Lock came in for like one or two plays.
Yeah, Giants. I don't know. They're just a dumpster fire. Dable should be gone, and honestly, Dable deserves a better situation because I actually think he is a good coach. Um, there's just not much you can do when your GM has all the power and isn't getting you the players you need. Like watching Hard Knocks, like I kind of want to go back and rewatch Hard Knocks and hear him talk about some of these players that he wanted to bring in. The only one that I liked that he brought in that's not Neighbors, and I kind of am leaning off of Malik Neighbors now. I still think he's good, but I don't know. He's too much of a diva for a rookie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hate the
He's always
mentality.
saying some shit to the media.
Yeah, when they asked him about the game, and he's like, "Well, I didn't get the ball until we were down 30." So, and it's like, dude, like, stop with that, like, your selfish mentality. Like, find other ways to be involved in the game than just getting the ball. I mean, I know Tommy DeVito should be targeting him, but if that's not the way the game's going, it's not the way the game's going. I mean, Justin Jefferson had one catch until like the third or fourth quarter in their game that we're about to get to. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know that Justin Jefferson liked that, but I'm sure he just went out there and said, today's Addison's day. Addison's balling. I mean, they literally left Addison wide open so much in that game, the Bears.
Yeah. I thought I was going to win my fantasy league this week, but I just fell shy.
Mm. I lost
My team
one.
played good, but his team played really good too. So it was tough.
I won one, lost one, and I don't know about my third league. I lost my other league, so I won one and lost two.
Yeah, I
Nice.
was the opposite. I won two and lost my most important one,
Hmm.
but it's okay. As long as I end up winning one of the leagues, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But next, let's go ahead and get into the Chiefs Panthers game. This game, I genuinely thought the Panthers were going to beat the Chiefs for a moment.
That would have been something.
Yeah, I just don't even get what happened in this game. I didn't really watch it a ton because I thought it was just going to be an ass kicking.
Mahomes threw some picks.
It shows that he didn't throw any.
What?
Yeah, it shows that he didn't throw any interceptions. He fumbled the ball once, but never lost it.
What the frick am I talking about then? I could have sworn I saw him throw a pick. No, I guess you're right. I mean, I watched most of the game too, and I mean, they had a decent lead going into this is so
Halftime,
weird.
I remember seeing the score, it was 20-6, and then I got a notification that the Panthers were down by 8, and then next thing I know, they're tied. And then it
Yeah,
was 27-27 with like 38 seconds left, and the Chiefs kicked the field goal. Got bailed out by a field goal, I should say.
yeah, bailed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about this Chiefs team. I mean,
I,
granted, I'd like to see someone else be playing in the Super Bowl this year, but
I mean, hey, Bills Lions is looking a lot more realistic.
yeah, it's just whether the Bills are going to be able to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, how many losses do the Bills have right now?
Two.
And the Chiefs have one.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I don't see the Bills.
It's all
Oh,
just going to depend on matchup, really, in my opinion.
yeah, the Bills have the Lions in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The Chiefs, I just want to look really quick what the rest of their schedule looks like. I know they play the Browns. Um, yeah, so
Texans, Steelers, Broncos, and Chargers.
there's a chance that the Chiefs lose 2 to 3 games. I could see them losing to the Texans, Steelers, or Broncos in any order. I mean, even the Chargers. They could
I think
even,
they could lose to the Chargers.
yeah,
I
they
think they
only
beat the
won.
Texans.
They
Just
only won by
unfortunately, they
7 points. Yeah, they beat the Chargers by 7 points in September.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Chargers defense has been playing a lot better than they've been getting credit for. I didn't realize how good they've been playing.
yeah. I mean, if you look at their wins, they won by 7, 1, 5, 7, 13. So that was the Saints. Um, 10, 7, 6, 2, 9, 3. I mean, they're in 1 to 2 possession games almost this entire season. Um, Black Friday against the Raiders will be interesting. You
Yeah,
know
they
how they are
played.
against the Raiders.
Yeah, they played last year on, was it Christmas?
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was when the Raiders beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm pretty nervous for the Chiefs going forward. Panthers, this was a good game for them. Um, this was kind of, I want to say, their Super Bowl almost, other than
Yeah.
Germany game.
Yeah, I think just like the Browns beating the Steelers, that was our Super Bowl. Um, it'd be great for the Browns to beat the Chiefs. Probably not likely, but in this case, the Panthers they have nothing. They're just playing spoiler season. So
Yeah. Next we had the Dallas Cowboys beating the Washington Commanders 34-26. This game makes no sense to me at all.
this was probably the most
It was
surprising.
what, like 10-9 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this was
The
the
Cowboys
most.
scored 24 points and then Commanders 17 points in the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter had to have been insane.
Oh, it was. It was like the most boring game you could ever watch with these offenses respectively. And to go into the fourth quarter and come out with that many points, like if you just like looked away for an hour and came back and you remembered it was 10-9 and you're like, where did 34 points come from?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they did have that really long touchdown to McLaurin. They did recover an onside for a touchdown. They did return a kickoff for a touchdown, all quick plays, right? So things are happening fast. But the fact that Austin Seibert misses the game tying field or PAT, that was just like nail in the coffin. Like they just were not meant to win that game.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it shows that they returned two kickoffs in this game. The onside, like you said, and then Turpin's was insane.
Yeah, he fumbled it, picked it up, did a quick spin cycle, and then he just took it to the house. I mean, it was insane to watch live.
Yeah, but other than that, it doesn't really look like
I mean,
either of
Jaden
these teams
Daniels,
played all that crazy. I mean, Terry McLaurin finally showed back up. Of course, the 1 week we don't bet on him.
right? Yep. Jaden Daniels looked pretty decent. He did have a couple rushing touchdowns.
And
Um,
he had two picks.
yeah, that's why I said decent.
Yeah.
Good thing to slow.
This team definitely still has some work to do.
Yeah, he looked like a
They
rookie
made
today
a ton
or
of
this week.
progress considering they were picking number two last year.
Should Commanders fans start to worry though? We said these next upcoming games are very important. I mean, they're going to play Tennessee next week, who just upset the Texans in Houston. I
Yeah.
mean, Commanders versus Titans are going to be a very interesting game. I mean, they already have the line, and it's a 5.5 point spread. Tennessee is dogs 2-1 or 215 plus 215. I mean, might be something to consider.
Yeah, it might not be bad unless we get a resurgence of Jane Daniels in this offense.
Well, they've got to figure it out because it's not the easiest path to the playoffs.
Well, no, yeah, I was gonna say it's just gonna get harder and harder. They
Hmm.
had it easy at the beginning of the season, but it's like I said, gonna get harder and harder.
Yep.
Um, Next we had the Miami Dolphins facing off against the New England Patriots. Uh, Tua coming out with the Guardian cap. Just kidding, did not have the Guardian cap. Four touchdowns. I think this is what, 3 games in a row that he's thrown four touchdowns.
Yeah, but not to one being Tyreek this game.
Yeah, that's crazy how Tyreek's just not getting involved whatsoever anymore.
It makes zero sense.
Yeah. Do you think Tyreek Hill is going to retire at the end of the year?
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think he'll end up on a different team.
I mean, might as well. I mean, at Jalen Waddle, they paid him already. He had a monster game, finally.
Yeah, yeah, he's back.
144 yards and a touchdown.
That offense runs through Achane. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, he had two receiving touchdowns today too. But then on the other side, Drake May realistically did not have a horrible game. New England just doesn't have much to work with. Austin Hooper got in the end zone though.
He did.
Um, but I think Drake May is going to end up being a pretty solid quarterback.
Eventually.
I know people were saying this about Mac Jones, but he's way better than Mac Jones ever was, in my opinion.
Yeah, uh, I think Drake May fits that program a little better. I never liked Mac Jones. I personally don't like any Alabama quarterback. I mean, I'll even throw Jalen Hurts in that conversation. I don't care what anybody says. Um,
He was by far the best.
yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
You could even argue like Joe Burrow is the best Ohio State quarterback in the last 15 years, but he's not an Ohio State quarterback because I mean he really played at LSU.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts played at Alabama. Jalen Hurts won a national championship at Alabama. He played for Alabama. I don't care what
Yeah.
anyone says, but um, my argument here is Mac Jones was always going to be dog shit.
Yeah. I never thought he was going to be good unless he was put in the right system. I didn't think New England was quite that system. I get where people were thinking, oh, he's just going to be another Tom Brady. And he did have one solid year where he made a Pro Bowl, but in all honesty, I didn't think he deserved to be in the Pro Bowl that year.
No, I mean, a lot of the guys who make the Pro Bowl are the guys who don't want to play.
Yeah.
Or because of the guys who don't want to play. I mean,
Yeah.
we always talk about the whole,
Yeah, Pro Bowl's kind of a joke now.
yeah, the Tyler
Like,
Huntley.
yeah.
I mean, there's a chance that fucking Jameis could get it this year. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just talking on my
They
ass,
probably
but
I mean they probably would for clips.
yeah, I
I've
just,
been loving the clips that have been coming out on social media.
hmm yeah, I love it too. But what I know is going to happen is Deshaun's going to get him out of there.
You think I think they're pretty checked out on him.
I would hope so, but stranger things have happened. I
Yeah.
could see them going one more round on the carousel ride with Deshaun.
I mean they owe him money one way or another, so I don't know.
And
I'd rather him just not be on the books anymore. I mean he's gonna be on the books, but just not on the roster, not in the locker room.
I'm just so
Rather than
sick of the
pay him to not
experiment.
play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, take the L and move on. Next game. We were talking about it just a little bit ago. Titans beating the Texans in Houston 32 to 27. This one was actually a relatively I don't want to say pleasant surprise, but it definitely was surprising. Tony
It
Pollard had
sucked.
another monster game, 119 yards and a touchdown. Um, and Will Levis didn't look that bad. He had
It
one pick,
sucked.
did get sacked 8 times.
It sucked. It ruined all my parlays for the day. It was the only game that ruined my day.
Yeah, and then on the other team, the Texans, CJ Stroud played probably one of his worst games of his NFL career. Joe Mixon had an absolute dud of a game.
Well,
14
I
carries,
mean,
22
Titan,
yards.
Titans defense is that good. That's what
It
we have
is.
to say here.
Yeah, Nico Collins did get in the end zone in this game though. And Ohio State Buckeye Kate Stover did get in the end zone as well, so that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
they had an 80-yard kickoff return and then a 19-yard or so passing touchdown to Cade Stover in the first play of the game.
yeah, but bad loss for the Texans. Texans are 7-5 and still giving the Colts a little bit of a chance to do something if the Texans keep slipping. Even though the Colts did lose this week, which is actually the next game we're gonna get into. But is it time to be worried in Houston?
I don't think so. I think
Did you see the people wanting
that
Deshaun
that
Watson?
was fake news.
Oh, I know.
Nobody
I know.
wants
I thought it
Deshaun
was
Watson.
hilarious when I read it though.
Nobody wants Deshaun. CJ Stroud is so much better than Deshaun.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I mean, you got to remember it's the sophomore slumps, and credit where credit's due. Texans O line doesn't always look the best at times. I
No.
mean, I'll say an 80-20% chance that Laramie Tunsil is going to do something fucked up on a play, whether it's illegal man downfield, holding, false start. I mean, Tunsil is doing something on every fucking play.
Yeah.
The amount of touchdowns that have been called back this year because of him has been insane.
Yeah, I can think of at least three
Mm-hmm.
just from this year. And it was the same deal last year too. He was always getting penalties.
Mm-hmm.
When he's, playing good, he's one of the best linemen in the league. When he's getting penalties, he sucks. He's a liability.
Yeah. I'm pumped about the auto card I got for free of Juice Scruggs.
Yeah, I know. Buell boy.
What school did he go to?
So he was originally Lakeside, and then he went to some prep school in PA,
And then he went to
Penn
Penn
State.
State. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and move into the Lions versus Colts game. Lions won 24-6. That's 9 straight for them, I believe.
9 straight.
Um, Jared Goff didn't even have to throw a touchdown in this one. Just Sonic and Knuckles did all the dirty work for him.
Mm-hmm.
Gives 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery 1 touchdown, and then the rest is history. It's just something about this Lions team that I hope doesn't hit a wall in the playoffs. I just pray they stay humble and keep going.
They're gonna
They've been so fun to watch no matter what.
they're gonna definitely make a run. I think it's gonna come down to the Lions and the Eagles, but I think this year the Lions prevail. They beat all odds. I mean, I know this has been like their year to lose, you know what I mean? It's like it's their Super Bowl to win or whatever, but um I truthfully think that of any team, they have the best roster, the best coaching, the best shot to win the Super Bowl. More than the Chiefs, more than the Bills, more than anybody else, I think the Lions are the team to do it.
Well, and that's the thing with the Lions is they can beat you. It doesn't matter what you shut down. They'll beat you the other way. You
Yep.
shut down their passing game, they'll run all over you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no weakness. Their offensive line's the best offensive line in football. Their defense just plays gritty. Uh, and Jared Goff's been playing awesome.
Yeah, it's been a treat to watch. I mean, just to enjoy football. They're the best offense in the league, I believe. I mean, they're definitely scoring the most points.
Yeah. One thing I will say, I did not think, other than his accuracy a little bit again, Anthony Richardson played that terrible. He at least didn't turn the ball over.
No, they moved the ball down the field a ton. Like the whole
Yeah.
game, they were on the other side of the field.
Yeah, just couldn't get points on the board.
No.
So I personally think it's a lost season for them, and they're kind of bailing the Texans out this year.
More
So
than
the
likely. I mean,
Texans get something
we
figured
already know
out.
Texans beat the Colts twice already this year, so
Yeah. So they don't really have that much of a shot, but dark horse shot, I guess. Don't like their odds, but
no, I think the AFC West is the division that's just about all teams are going to be in. I think that the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs will all make the playoffs, and that's going to wipe away the wild cards.
yeah, I kind of feel like the playoffs are almost set right now. It's just who's going to win what division.
Yeah.
I mean, Broncos are more than likely going to make it. Chargers are going to make it, and then
Steelers.
Ravens or Steelers. Pick your
Yep.
poison. But next we have the Minnesota Vikings, who are also playoff hungry, beating the Chicago Bears 30 to 27 in overtime. Sam Darnold had a pretty solid game in this one. Didn't he leave hurt at one point?
He did, and Nick Mullins did come in, which I don't know if that had anything to do with the Bears coming back, but the Bears did come back. Um, and with that being said, they couldn't get it done in OT. Vikings end up getting a nice, very long play by Jordan Addison. Did you see the challenge?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they challenged it, but they couldn't rule it out of bounds because the camera that was being used is not used in every NFL stadium. And they let the play stand, and it was a first down and goal. Um, I believe that was in the fourth quarter, though, so that's not the overtime. But essentially, Bears couldn't get it done in overtime. Caleb Williams just looked like a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, but he played good.
I just meant with the overtime experience, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, he played good. 340 yards and 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Only
the
took
th
3 sacks, which
yeah,
still too
the
much.
thing is, they got rid of their OC, and he's come alive. It seems like he's playing a little more comfortable. But at the end of the day, it's all about the experience, in my opinion, when it comes to big time, moments like the overtime. I mean, there was a weird moment in overtime where something happened. Something happened to the guy holding the sticks. He like just collapsed on the sidelines.
Mhm.
and they took like a TV timeout for that guy, and they had to bring in somebody else to hold the sticks. Like it was a big delay, and I mean, as we know as Cleveland fans, delays can ruin momentum.
Yeah.
So, not sure if that had anything to do with the Bears losing, but in Bears fashion, they lost again. I mean, they've been so close the last 3 weeks between the Commanders with the Hail Mary, the Packers blocking a kick, Vikings winning in overtime by three. I mean, it's literally been the last play of the game for them. They've been so close, but I think they're out. I mean, there's no way the Bears can come back in their season.
Holy shit. Alfred Payton had 21 assists tonight.
21 assists.
Yeah, just got signed as a free agent to New Orleans 5 days ago.
Wow, good for him.
21 assists. That's crazy. But
Too
back
bad it's not
on,
king of the court.
yeah, back to this game real quick. TJ Hawkinson finally had comeback game. 7 catches, 114 yards, and then as we spoke earlier about Jordan Addison, 8 catches, 162 yards, 69-yard touchdown. Uh, it's nice seeing him play good every here and there. I know there was rumors that he was wanting a trade at one point, but I
I know
mean,
there's
come on, you got drafted to a team with Justin Jefferson.
I know there's rumors that Justin Jefferson's cursed.
Oh, he is cursed. The lad cursed Justin Jefferson.
I don't think he's gonna hit that line ever again this year.
As long as the lad's betting on him, I don't think he's gonna win. So the lad might need to reevaluate his
No, you know what he said. He's not he's holding the line.
Oh, that's cool. I hope I play Justin Jefferson in the playoffs. That's cool with me.
So funny.
Next, we have the Broncos beating the Las Vegas Raiders 29-19. This game was actually pretty close for a good amount of the game.
It was back and forth.
Yeah.
We do see Minshew go down, and we do have Ritter come in. O'Connell was back in practice today, so I'm not sure what they're going to do about starters next week. But or for actually for Friday, for Black Friday. But the Broncos keep rolling, man. They look good. Bo Nix is just a force to be reckoned with. That's why I think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. This Broncos team could be special. I think Sean Payton's found his guy and his team. He's going to get in a groove, and like next year, they're going to see what they do this year with playoffs. Like, I could see them winning a wild card.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna be a pesky team that's gonna give whatever team they're playing a run for their money.
There is a chance that they could win the division next year.
There is a chance.
I think
Kansas City's not gonna be able to slip up at all.
I think if the odds are right, like their preseason week one, I might put something on the Broncos to win the AFC West because I think they can do it.
I don't think you're crazy for it.
So we'll put a pin in that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll pin that. Um, Next, not so great of a game, unless you had Josh Jacobs on your fantasy team. Green Bay Packers beat the San Francisco 49ers 38-10. This game was a snooze fest, if you ask me.
He's got a hat trick.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, like I said, Josh Jacobs, 3 touchdowns, 106 yards, monster game. Um, Jordan Love really didn't have to do a whole lot in this game. Only his 163 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Do we
Still no
still think that Jordan
touchdown.
Love is overrated?
I mean Dustin Crumb's better than him, so.
So, yeah, yeah. I'm not
Um,
saying that Jordan Love's bad, but Dustin Crum, get him as your starting quarterback right now,
Christian McCaffrey continues to be a letdown for first overall fantasy drafters.
such as me.
What a disappointment.
He has a halfway decent game. I probably win this week. I'm not asking him to drop like 20, but
It's just insane what he's
14,
done.
14 would have been perfectly fine with me. Um, Next, kind of another snooze fest other than the Jason touchdown. Jason touchdown was awesome.
That was
Um,
awesome.
Seahawks beat the Arizona Cardinals 16-6. I was actually talking with a customer about this game beforehand. He was saying how he was excited for it. I'm like, this game's either going to be awesome or it's going to be an absolute snooze fest.
I wish Marvin Harrison would have scored a touchdown though. I know it got called
That
back.
touchdown should have been that should have been a touchdown, I thought.
Hey, rules
I
are
thought it,
rules.
yeah, I thought that was bullshit that that wasn't a touchdown personally, but yeah, the JSN touchdown was pretty awesome to see. It was what a 46-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it was a long one. I mean, he's basically become, in my opinion, wide receiver one. No, Jackson Smith and Jigga was a 3 yard pass.
That was only 3 yards.
Hmm.
He did have a 46-yard catch though. I remember.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, other than that, this game was a snooze fest. Nothing crazy happened. Tyler kind of played like dog shit. Um,
Well, it's double XP weekend. What do you expect?
yeah, you're not wrong. And
Trey
then
McBride though continues to be wide receiver one as tight end for the Cardinals. I mean, week after week he's putting up over 100 receiving yards. He had 133 this week. Um, this guy is nuts. I
oh
mean,
yeah, no,
he's
Trey McBride's awesome. I remember when he was coming into the draft, I was watching a bunch on him because that's all the scouts were talking about. And I was so surprised that he dropped down to what, third or fourth round, I think. And I was surprised he didn't play it more last year. I thought he would
hmm.
have been in there more.
Well,
But
didn't they still have Ertz last year?
yeah, but they hardly played him.
Yeah, I know. I'm just yeah.
Yeah. And then when he got hurt, they played some other veteran that they picked up. So that made no sense. You had this kid that has all this potential. Like, why not see what he has?
Yeah. It's kind of funny. He's only got 2 games over 100 yards, and they were 124 and 133. But he's just played very consistent ball. Um, so anyways,
Yeah. And then lastly, this game was sort of close for a while, and then the Eagles started running away with it. They win 37-20. Saquon Barkley just had one monster of a game. Over 300 total yards.
I think he's gonna get a call from the league today about
Drug test.
drug test,
Oh yeah, 100%.
little P test.
But yeah, no, this he's crazy. Um, it just bothers me how many more touchdowns he should have than he does. Uh,
Yeah,
so I'm glad to see him making up for some of these last 2 weeks. But what two touchdowns last night? He had that 72-yard touchdown, and then he had another touchdown run that was pretty massive as well.
it's just very funny to see what's transpired for the Giants just in this past week. You waive Daniel Jones after you paid him all that money. You let Saquon go, and he signs to a rival, and he's putting up Hall of Fame numbers. I mean, things are not good for the Giants. I mean,
Yeah, that's purgatory right there.
these Eagles are flying and emerging out of the seams. I mean, the Eagles finally look like a playoff team again. I mean, they've slowly climbed back into that um, groove, these past few weeks. They're going to be scary, though. I mean, when they're full strength, we've said, when they're full strength, those Eagles are nasty. They've got a ton of weapons.
Yeah, and the Rams didn't even play bad, really.
No.
Matthew Stafford played solid. Puka Nacua had a great game.
Hmm.
Kyron Williams always gets in the end zone somehow. Um, just the Eagles were just the much better team.
It's so funny because I follow one guy on Twitter, and I know no free shout outs, but I will follow one guy on Twitter that I religiously watch his betting. And like on Friday night when I had that super mega parlay that I did, three of the legs were his basketball plays. He had Puka Nacua under receiving yards, which was like at 62 and a half. And I'm like, I would never bet under on Puka ever.
Yeah, no.
Ever.
Do you
I mean,
know he was the over though?
because
Quinyon Mitchell was
Mitchell
guarding
was watching, yeah,
Cup.
Cooper Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, he still had 60 yards and 1 touchdown. I think Cooper Kupp gave Mitchell his best game
Yeah.
of the year because he's been holding everyone.
Mm-hmm. Nah, man, the Rams are frisky. They're still a team I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs if I'm a wild card matchup, but very high scoring Sunday night football game. That was a fun game to watch. Better than what's going on right now in the Ravens and Chargers game. We are watching the Hardball Bowl.
Yeah, but I
The
want the Chargers to win.
Baltimore just scored again with a Mark Andrews touchdown. It's 23-16 right now, fourth quarter.
Yeah, I want the Chargers to come back and win this game.
So do I. I mean, they're only a touchdown away from tying it, so I would love to see
Well, I
maybe
want them to win for our stakes.
our stakes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in next episode.
What did you bet?
Chargers money line.
Oh, Chargers money line.
Go 3-0 if they win.
Damn.
You lost one of yours, didn't you?
Yeah. I was me and Corgi both did San Francisco money line,
Damn.
and Jason went 1 and 2. Poor
He
guy.
got one. What one did he get?
The Green Bay money line.
Oh, but yeah. Other than that,
Oh, Corgi went 1 and 2 possibly as well because Derrick Henry and Dobbins both haven't scored. But yeah, we'll get into that next episode, which we're recording tonight when this episode comes out because
yes,
of the holiday. So,
yes. We're still gonna have to figure that out. I'll talk to you a little bit after the pod on what we'll have to do for that.
okay.
But yeah, other than that, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And then make sure you follow us on our social media pages at Hold My Bev or at Hold My Bev Podcast. Um, but until then, Dylan, go ahead and close us out.
Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have any problems. Or if you see anybody like the lad, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Make sure the lad stays away from the whiskey bottles in his Justin Jefferson jersey. We should get him a. I'll tell you off air, actually. Love you.